Hi gorgeous souls, my name is Veronica and I'm preparing a series of videos for unfucking yourself by fucking yourself very well. After many years of sexual frustration, emotional unfulfillment, I decided literally to take the matter into my hands. So this video, before I will introduce you some easy simple techniques on how to overcome sexual frustration, I would like to tell a little bit why it's so important to change the way you are masturbating nowadays and why this is so important for your future sexual fulfillment and also for you to attracting a loving partner in the future. But a little bit first about myself and my story. So basically, I am somebody that was not properly fucked for over a decade. I am very sexually frustrated, emotionally unfulfilled, and yet so I do think that I am a perfect person to talk about the things and how can you help yourself, because the techniques I'm going to share with you, it's something actually that I have been using myself and something actually that is using me tremendously in my own life, in this looking for love and looking for sexual fulfillment and looking for a purpose in life and all of that things. So first of all, I very quickly would like to tell you why do I think different things why we can feel so sexually frustrated. So first of all, it's much more likely for somebody who comes from abusive background and abusive family to have difficulty in finding a loving partners and just in general having good sex, because we are close emotionally to have a good loving experience, and fulfilling sex actually means that you are getting very close with someone. So if you come from a very abusive family, well, how do you open your heart and how do you open your vagina to experience all these juicy beautiful things if deep down there's a little scared child to actually is terrified of being close with the people? So like that's the first thing. Second thing that so many people are sexually frustrated, especially women, because the world we're living in is actually really fucked up. Everything here on this planet, or like 90% of the things, are just focused on the yang energy, on male energy, which works totally different than female energy. The female energy, yin energy, it's like a water. It's warming up, longer. It stays hot for always. And the yang energy is like a fire. It gets hot quickly and also can go off quickly. And the men nowadays, they have no clue what is, not ejaculating, what is having orgasm with no ejaculations. And to being honest with you, I'm not surprised, because I, as a woman, I only learned this year that I can have 6 types of orgasms, if including squirting, G-spot orgasm, cervical orgasm, and anal orgasm, blah blah blah. Anyway, just move this video forward. I only have a clitoral orgasms, and I am still in my path, actually learning about my body and how to do all these things and how to discovering my body. So why there are so many people sexually frustrated? Because simply we have not been given the tools to live sexually fulfilled life. Why? Because sex, sexual energy is one of the most powerful energies we can access to. It's like food. If you eat healthy food, you're never gonna get sick. You're gonna be happy and intelligent. If you eat full of sugar, processed food, meat, dairy, and food which is full of chemicals, you're gonna get dumb as fuck, and it's just easier to manipulate you. And it's the same with sex. If you have extremely poor quality sex, with random partners, when you get drunk, like this is just draining the energy from your body. So obviously, to manipulate all these 7 beautiful billion people on this planet by elites, we don't really have a knowledge about sex. It's not taught in schools, because if we would be taught this in schools, we would become very empowered people, especially women, with our beautiful ability of, you know, of creating a baby, of creating the, you know, the new life in our womb. Just imagine like how magic and wonderful our uterus is, and that we never really think about it, right? So, you know, so if you're watching this video, it's really important that you know, you think broader about it, you know, that your sexual frustration doesn't only come from, you know, your personal family traumas, from your sad story. It's just basically the entire society conspiring against us, and then there are some people awakening. And so that's why, you know, I want to do these videos, and I want to transmit everything what I learn about, you know, sexual pleasure, orgasm, to all the people, because I suffered so many years, and I think this was so unnecessary. I could have learned how to masturbate like 15 years ago or 10 years ago, right? So, okay, so let's go to the juicy details about, first of all, like what happened to me, and you know, why I think it's so important that I talk about my masturbation. So I started masturbating when I was 12 years old, and actually my first masturbations were really juicy, very beautiful. I would have a lot of fantasies, and then I started watching porn movies, and then this is where like everything went down, because I totally lost the ability of having sexual fantasies and really arouse myself with my thoughts, to like being like wow, like super wet, super excited, and then masturbate. And so basically for like 18 years, for the last 18 years, I would watch porn movie. And after I split up with my first boyfriend, which was the only one, I really had a beautiful, amazing sex. Once I ended up my first relationship with my first boyfriend, which was of 6 years, I really struggled with sex. I would not get aroused, and because of all the traumas I had in my families, I would really struggle to open myself emotional. And it's so important, you know, to be open emotionally. Also so important to feel safe with your partner, to experience these different types of orgasms that are more profound. And and I really, you know, believe it's not going to happen to you if you're getting drunk and, you know, you're hooking up with some random guys in the club. I don't want to say, you know, don't do it. I would say, yeah, if you're sober, if you know what you do, and you meet some guy and you really feel attracted to him, well, go and fuck him even after 5 minutes, because you're sober. So when he's gonna touch you and kiss you, you know, this is something, you know, like you will feel a natural response of your body. But when you are drunk or on drugs, you know, this is not your body opening. Your body is only opening because you are under some substances. But anyway, let's not deviate, let's go back to the masturbation. So it went to the point that from me, from being capable of really making this beautiful masturbation to myself when I was 12 years old, and I would be really aroused, and I would touching myself really slow, like my clit would be like, oh my god, like amazing, till I just couldn't handle it, and then I would touch my clit and I would have really nice orgasms. So like nowadays it's absolutely impossible to me to do it. Like I really need to tense, like you know, like basically similar like when you're constipated and you're trying to get, you know, get the shit out of yourself. And you know, I stop breathe and I'm really tense, and I need to be in a specific position, because if I'm not in a specific position, when I just cannot generate orgasm to myself. And so where the porn industry also comes here, that if I watch a porn industry, then I get so much more aroused, much easier, and then I can do this like kind of different type of orgasm. But what happened then within the years, with my first partner, for me it was possible to have this beautiful, amazing orgasm because I felt safe with him, I felt love. So whenever he would give me an oral sex, it was very beautiful, slowly, nice, and I didn't have this stress that I have now when I met some men. And you know, when they give me oral sex, I just feel like, oh my god, I need to rush myself because I feel like insecure, maybe they don't want to do it longer, or a lot of things. And I think we as a woman, we just have this difficulty to receive. And also then my body got used to, you know, to tense, and so it's not so easy for me to have an orgasm. Now it's all these things that I am actually trying to unlearn. So if you are right now in this point in your life that you feel sexually frustrated and you can relate to what I say about the masturbation, so first of all, I would tell you the next time you know, you think about masturbating, you really, really need to give yourself some more love. And this is an effort. Imagine if I masturbate in the same way for 18 years of my life. Wow, it's not gonna be easy from one day to another, like to find my G spot, or make myself squirting, especially that I never did it before and my body is not used to, my vagina is not used to all these things because nobody ever touched it in the way to create like neural path. So coming back to the topic, when you masturbate next time, and this is something what I do with myself, not always, because sometimes I'm just really tense and I'm just gonna go back to the same old pattern. But I really now getting much better. So set a time, maybe when you wake up in the morning or before you go to sleep, to really, really, set a timer maybe for 15 minutes and just touch yourself with love, and especially massage your breasts. It's so important, to awaken the energy in your whole body, because we women, our sexuality, comes from within, from different centers. We need to feel emotionally in peace, we need to feel loved. Obviously maybe not always loved, but it's just our bodies and our energy yin goes different than the energy yang. So touch yourself gentle, maybe put some music, maybe put some candles, and just the way I do it, I touch myself the way I would like my future partner touching me, which sometimes also includes like squeezing my throat, because I would like, somebody be a little bit dominant with me. So anything is valid in there, but then touching your genitals. And only after you touch yourself for 15 or 20 minutes, or if you can do it longer, then the better. Then start massaging your yoni. Don't go straight to your clit, just massage yourself gently outside to really get aroused, because more aroused you are, then, working with your dildos, it's gonna be more beneficial for you. And I'm also gonna explain why did I got the glass dildo and not another dildo, but maybe that's gonna be my another video. And so once you do it, then, I would also recommend you to explore your body inside, put your hands inside. Like, it's funny because last time I did it, I start touching my neck of uterus and I start talking to my uterus, and this was very interesting. Touching your inside your body, your uterus. It's such a precious organ. It's like a magic. It's like earth where everything grows. Like, yet we as a woman, we are so disconnected, from this precious beauty that is like energetical center of us, and also our ovaries and all these things. So while you're doing it, I do recommend you to do this kind of like and sexual breeze. I cannot do it very loud because I just have my flatmate behind the wall, and they may just kind of basically think I'm crazy. What I'm doing here. I mean, they already think I'm a little bit crazy probably by now. But yeah, just really, if you want to be sexually fulfilled, you need to start from yourself. And you also would be good, to realize that that maybe you will have to do a lot of healing, emotional healing, because more healed you are emotionally, then you will be more open to receive. But if you don't give first to yourself, like, how do you imagine somebody's gonna take care of you? And to me, it's actually quite interesting, because I remember that my first boyfriend was very loving and very beautiful with me and sex. And I think it was kind of reflection of how I was touching myself at that time, because I was very gentle, and my masturbation was so much better when I was younger than when I got older, when it became very mechanic, very harsh. And so I can see correlation with my own masturbation, like how the men treating me just similar way, the way I treat my own body. And you're gonna see it's not gonna be easy to masturbate in different way. Like, for me, sometimes it's a big struggle. So sometimes I just have a quickie, but mostly I do, try to channel the energy, and having a dildo, it's much such a good help. You can touch yourself from inside and outside, and then you can also play with your bum and your butt, which I still didn't do, but obviously this is all in the way. So Yes, I hope this video was useful to you, and please, if you're sexually frustrated, you're really struggling to find a partner, you are not alone. There's a plenty of people out there, and in my next videos, I'm gonna go through trauma recovery, to what happened with your mom, your toxic mother, toxic parents, and how this influence your love life. And nobody better to talk about, healing than the person that got through this all. So thanks so much for watching my video. And if you have any comments, if this was useful for you, well, have a great masturbation. I'm gonna have some juicy masturbation myself, and I'm gonna see you in my next video.